Joining me now is the former Secretary of Defense under President Obama, Chuck Hagel. He also served as a Republican senator from Nebraska and as a combat veteran from the war in Vietnam. Secretary Hagel, good to see you as always. Mattis made it quite clear in his letter he believes in allies and alliances. He believes China and Russia are threats. He formed his beliefs through 4 decades of immersion in foreign policy, and that Donald Trump doesn't view the world in the same way. What was your reaction to the letter and to the news?
Well, Jake, Secretary Mattis had no choice but to resign. His letter was I think, a very accurate assessment, a summary of the reality of what we're dealing with. He had no choice but to resign because everything Trump has been saying and doing and the actions he's been taking violates Jim Mattis's career, every principle and value he's held. So it had to come to this. He couldn't sustain any longer staying there or trying to influence the president because that influence had eroded completely.
Now, I've followed your career for quite some time, sir, and I think it's fair to say that there have been times that you have seemed skeptical of the bipartisan consensus in Washington of U.S. involvement abroad and the need for it at different times. Skeptical, not against it necessarily, but skeptical of it. If you were the defense secretary right now and President Trump said that he didn't want U.S. service members in Syria and he wanted to withdraw some troops from Afghanistan, is that something you would oppose?
Well, first, I think we need a national debate on that issue, not just Afghanistan and Syria, but our role in that part of the world. What's the strategic objective? We've been in Afghanistan 17 years, Iraq 15 years. Where's this going? What do we hope to accomplish? I think that needs to be aired out, and the Congress needs to be a big part of that. But the way he did it and the timing of his decisions were disastrous.
So when you resigned in 2015 during the Obama years, you gave an interview and you lamented what you called the lack of a clear, serious strategy by the Obama administration. Now Secretary Mattis has quit, and one of the reasons is Syria. As you note, this does seem like a larger issue that the United States needs to have a discussion and debate about. Why does that debate not happen? Why does Congress not want to have a debate over an authorization for a use of military force? Why do they always shirk responsibility to do so? Well,
you start with your point about using military force. The authorization to use military force go back to 2001 and 2003 resolutions the Congress passed. They're still using those 2001, 2003 resolutions. That needs to be updated. In the process, we need to go back through what is the strategic objective, where do we want to go. When you commit forces to war, Jake, that's the biggest decision a president and a Congress will make. We better make damn sure we know what we're doing. We better make damn sure we know where it's going. What's the exit strategy? Where's this going to go? 5 years, 3 years? I know it's indefinite as far as the question of nothing's perfect. Nobody's got that much clairvoyance. But I don't think we have paid attention to this way enough. And yes, I was not skeptical, but I asked tough questions during those debates on Iraq and Afghanistan. And I asked one principal question that must always be asked. What happens next? We didn't get any answers, and we don't have any answers now. We still have no strategy. I don't think we have a foreign policy, but we surely do not have a strategy or policy in the Middle East. I hear John Bolton say, well, we should keep our troops in Syria there until we drive the Iranians out of Syria. Are you kidding me? 2,000 troops in the northeast corner of Syria isn't going to drive the Iranians out of Syria. Let's face some realities here, and let's find some tough decisions that we're going to have to make anyway before we continue to lose more people and lose respect and what it does to our budgets.
One of your predecessors, former Defense Secretary William Cohen, a Republican senator who served under a Democratic president, he told CNN he does not believe President Trump is fit for office. Take a listen.
The president has taken a wrecking ball to every pillar of stability and security we've erected over the past 60, 70 years. He's systematically demolishing them.
Is the president fit to be commander-in-chief in your view?
In my judgment, no.
What do you think, Secretary Hagel? Do you think the president's fit to be commander-in-chief?
Well, that's an interesting question, but it's not particularly relevant, at least right now, because he is president and he was elected. No, I don't. He has never understood government, politics. Our government is not a one-man show. You can't run this like a real estate business or any other business. This is not entertainment. You can't govern by dividing our country and having us in constant conflict. It's too serious. He didn't understand any of that. No, I think Bill Cohen was right. He's just not equipped on any level to be president of the United States.
Former Secretary of Defense.
But he is president.
But he is president. That is true. Former Secretary of Defense and Senator Chuck Hagel, thank you, sir. As always, thank you for your service, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Same to you, Jake. Thank you.